What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we got a review for the newest Disney live-action film, The Little Mermaid. I've been anticipating this film for a long time, and it's about time I give you guys my thoughts. So, let's do this. Alright, everybody, welcome back to the channel. Like I said, we are going to be reviewing The Little Mermaid, but quick, before we get into that, I just want to say, if you're new here, please click subscribe, look around on the channel here, see if you like anything. We do movie reviews, movie trailer reactions, we cover all the major movie news that gets announced. We try to do it all here on the channel, so please stick around and subscribe. So, let's get on into this Little Mermaid. I've been anticipating this film for a long time, actually. I love the people that were attached to this project. I wanted to see how it would work. Disney live-action films have not been the greatest success. Box office-wise, they've been pretty successful, but critic-wise, audience-wise, people haven't really loved them. But I can say that this film, for the most part, did work for me. I loved the best part of this movie. Like, there's two great parts of this movie. The best, most exciting part that I was looking forward to was Melissa McCarthy as Ursula. She definitely killed it. She did steal the show. I love Melissa McCarthy. I love her in this role. She's almost made to be playing Ursula. The cackle she has is fantastic. She makes it her own, but yet sticks to what we love about this character so much. And it just is beautiful to see this transition from animation to Melissa McCarthy's live-action performance. I think it is done brilliantly. Her singing from Poor Unfortunate Souls was great. The way she moves in the water. She's just very, very good in this role, and I'm so glad that they got her to do this because, like I said, it's the best part of the film. And the second person here who definitely steals the show is Ariel herself, Halle Bailey. She does a fantastic job. She is brilliant. Her voice is brilliant. The part of your world segment in this film, how it's shot and how her performance is in that scene, it is beautiful and quite possibly my favorite part of the film. I think that was just outstanding, and I loved seeing that done right in this film. Those two performances were outstanding and brilliant and my favorite parts of the movie. But now I want to get into the story element here. So, you know the original story. You know the animated film. It's brilliant. The songs in it are great. However, this film actually expands and changes a few things from that film. It's about 40 to 50 minutes longer than the original one. You can definitely feel that while sitting in the theater, but I'm going to get into that in a second. I want to address some of the things that they do change in here. No spoilers, but there is a relationship between Triton and Ursula in here, and that explains kind of why Ursula is trying to go for the Trident, why she doesn't like Triton. It's all explained very well here in this film, and it's dived out perfectly. Versus in the original, we don't really know why Ursula wants to do the things she, wants to do. But in this film, we get that. We get a great backstory with her, and I really connected with that and felt that it worked great in this film. The relationship between Eric and Ariel is kind of flip-flopped in a way. We see Eric is the one who's kind of going after Ariel versus Ariel going after Eric. Ariel wants to be a part of the human world because she has this fascination with humans, not because she has this deep love for Eric. It is Eric who is in love with this girl who saved him, but he doesn't know who, and that is also where we get a new song from Eric. It did not work for me, his song, and that's not like a huge knock on the actor who plays Eric. I think he did an okay job. I just didn't like the character work that they did with him in this film. Just like the animated film, he was actually kind of weak for me there. I find him one of the weakest parts of this movie as well. Like I said, the story is longer, and that is where actually I find a negative in this film. It seems a little too long while sitting in the theater. I think, like I said, it's about 40 to 50 minutes longer than the original. You can definitely feel that. They could have taken out, I would say, between 20 to 30 minutes of this film, and it would have been a great runtime. Instead, it's a little too long, and you're just sitting there, and you're like, okay, that could be cut out. this could be cut out. Why is this even there? It doesn't need to be explored. So there is some of that negativity in this film. But the story, for the most part, did work for me. The songs, of course, you know them, you love them, they're great. However, some of the songs in here are almost better suited for an animated film. What do I mean by that? Well, in the Under the Sea song, which Daveed Diggs as Sebastian, sings, in the animated film, you get you get actual animals with facial expressions because they have eyebrows. They don't look so realistic, and it almost works better because in this film here, you get realistic type animals, but they don't really have like expressions shown on their face because they don't have these big eyebrows. They just have eyes, and they look like real fish. But that also can be negative of the film because Flounder, for example, looks a little, just a little scary. He doesn't really look too good in this film. And I think that was a huge negative. Also, with the Under the Sea song, I was really looking forward to it, and it was just lackluster in a way. It just didn't really work for me. In the animated film, you feel excited after hearing that song. That's one of the best parts of the movie. In this one, it was one of the weakest parts for me, which was a huge disappointment because I love that song. Let's get back to Flounder and how kind of scary he looks. For me, that didn't work, and one of the things I was very, very scared about going into this movie was Sebastian and how he looked. I was not a fan of him in the trailers, in the TV spots, any promotional pictures I saw. I thought he was going to look ridiculous. He actually worked for me in this film. Sebastian, I really did enjoy. Daveed Diggs played him, but the way that Sebastian looks, for the most part, actually didn't bother me. The eyes for a little bit did, but then I just kind of got used to it, and I was like, all right, he actually looks pretty cool. So that was a huge plus for me. Sebastian, I thought, looked great, and he was probably the funniest part in this movie. He says some of the funniest lines, and Daveed Diggs does give good delivery when saying those lines as well. There was also a new song in here between him and Scuttle, played by Aquafina, who, for the most part, worked for me, but then there's this one scene when her character goes into the water, and I'm like, why is Scuttle in the water? Just did not work for me at all and didn't make any sense. So I was like, why is the bird talking in the water? So that definitely took me out of the movie. But for the most part, I would say overall, did this movie work for me? Yes. Was it as great as I wanted it to be? No. But is that okay? Yeah. It was an enjoyable time in the theater, which is something I am happy to say about a Disney live action film. And I would say it's one of the better ones, but it's not my favorite by any means. So what would I score this film? I would give it a 7 out of 10. Not the best, but not the worst. It added things to the story that we know from the classic animated film that I thought gave characters significance, gave them importance, and the changes they made ultimately worked for me. So I think this film is a success for Disney, but enough of my thoughts. I want to know yours. So please let me know in the comments below, what did you think of The Little Mermaid? Are you kind of tired of these retellings, these live action films that Disney keeps doing? Or do they mostly work for you? Are you going to see it opening day weekend? Let me know all your thoughts down below, and I cannot wait to read those. So with that being said, I believe, actually, with a couple of rewatchings that I'm doing right now, but after that, I'm going to be ranking all of the Disney live-action films, so keep a lookout for that video. But until next time, everybody, I'm Tyson Honecker. Thanks for hearing my thoughts. Let me know yours. I'll catch you on the next one.